Hi, everybody. We are now live. We have Amber here, our guest, founder and CEO of Coco Moon. I'm really excited to turn it over to her in short order. And then as per usual, we'll keep this to 10 to 15 minutes. Nicole and I will ask Amber some questions, but we're really here to hear about Coco Moon and Amber's story. It's so unique. And we're just excited to have you with us. This is a double header for us today. So second one today, but we just have some really compelling clients that we want to get folks aware of. So Amber, lay it on us. How did you come up with Coco Moon? Tell us the origin story. Tell us everything.
Sure. So Coco Moon creates buttery soft baby essentials inspired by Hawaii, where I was born and raised and where I live now and where I'm raising my family. And so the idea for Coco Moon started shortly after I started my family. And I really realized there was a lack in the market for authentically designed goods for families and babies that really represented Hawaii. So at the time, there was some stuff on the market, but it was really catered to tourists. So it was really kind of tacky, kind of kitsy, like really that stereotypical Hawaii you see like in the tourist videos. And I always found myself reaching time and time and again for this bright pink pareo or a sarong instead of all the baby stuff I had around my house. So it really got me wondering, why am I always reaching for that and not the baby blankets? And it was because I just connected with that piece more. It kind of represented my lifestyle and our family. And so it just became my go-to item. And then that just kind of snowballed from there in terms of kind of all that we could do to bring baby goods and now family goods to people all over the world that share a bit of Hawaii with them.
That's amazing. And I actually went on mute because I have a 1-year-old screaming in the background who just is now the new proud owner of some amazingly cute board shorts that you guys have for 1-year-old. Wow. And so my wife is extremely excited about that. And my 1-year-old a little bit less so, but also excited. It's awesome. Awesome stuff. If you haven't checked it out, check it out now. I think Gabby just posted it in the links.
Thanks. I hope he likes them.
He will.
Yeah, everything is so adorable and so cute. And I just love all the new prints that you come up with as well. And we'll have to get into that a little bit later to hear what you have upcoming. We also would just love, you're a giving brand. And I think that's what's so beautiful about the DNA and truly the fabric of your brand. And would love to hear, if you don't mind sharing how you found Givz, how you found us. We've loved working with you. I've absolutely adored getting to know you and your brand, and would love to know, knowing that you do have a giving initiative, and that's something that's always been a part. But how did you see Givz coming on and complementing that, and what we're looking to do together to really amplify your giving mission?
Yeah, so we've established a giving back program in 2017, and it's kind of evolved over the years. And in the last few years, we've donated 1% of our sales to the Kapiolani Medical Center's neonatal intensive care unit. They're the largest, most advanced care facility in the entire state, and that they're actually 2,500 miles away from the nearest facility that would be on par with them. So they're an incredible organization here in our community. But I also found that, that was a mission and a cause that was really dear to our brand story. But I also recognize that customers may have things that they're passionate about and they want to have a way to give back. So I heard about Givz actually through a podcast. I think it was the unofficial Shopify podcast. And a lot of what Andrew was talking about just really resonated with me. It's like all the benefits of a giving program, but then also making it more tangible for customers to access and to relate to. And then not to mention all of the potential benefits with reducing discounting and all that good stuff too. So I felt that it was perfect as kind of an additional layer to our giving program, where our 1% program can really act as kind of like our core mission for our brand, but then Givz is a way for us to invite customers to participate in that story with us, whether they choose to give to that charity or to another one that they're more passionate about. So we're super excited to get going with it. I think what you guys are doing is just super cool. Like, I think it just is such a great fit for our brand, and I'm sure so many other brands. And I think that our customers are really going to love it too. So yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we are thrilled too. And I'm absolutely going to be sharing some more on LinkedIn about what you're doing. So stay tuned. I will tag you.
Thank you.
And would just love to hear anything else that you'd love to share, any upcoming, if you can share any of the product launches you have in the pipeline we should be looking out for, any other great stuff we'd love to hear from you.
Thanks. Well, our next upcoming launch is a huge collaboration with another brand inspired by Hawaii, and they're called Aloha Collection, and they're known for their splash-proof bags. So they're like the perfect bags for moms on the go, or whether you're going to the beach or traveling. Super lightweight and just super functional. So we are putting one of our prints, our Plumeria print, onto their bags and launching a collaboration on February 8th. So I'm super excited for that. That's our next big launch. But we release new prints almost every month. So if you want to follow along in our journey, we've got all kinds of fun things and fun prints coming out over the course of the year that I hope people love as much as some of our best-selling prints now.
And how do you come up with those prints? Like, what is that a creative process that you're taking charge of? Is it a team effort at this point? Like, how does it materialize? How does it happen?
Yeah, so I'm the primary driver of that process. And usually, I mean, I'm so lucky to have been born and raised in Hawaii and live here still. There's just constant beauty and inspiration around me. So I draw a lot of inspiration from the ocean because I just grew up in the ocean and I just love it so much. And obviously, there's an endless amount of beautiful flowers and things like that. So more oftentimes than not, I'll see something in nature or something that kind of represents our lifestyle. I'll get a little idea about it, but I am not an artist myself. So I have to go find local artists to kind of help me bring that idea to life, which is actually one of my favorite parts of the business, is being able to collaborate with other artists. And more oftentimes than not, I'll say, okay, I'm kind of envisioning this flower in this way or these colors. And then from there, it just builds and builds with their own expertise and their creativity layered on top of it. So it's just super fun. I think that's probably why we release so many prints, just because it's my favorite part to create all those things and figure out how to apply them. So yeah.
Yeah, all the prints are amazing. We were looking at it. I was looking at it with my wife as we were like looking at, all right, like, you know, what could we get here? We settled on the board shorts and also a dress for my daughter that like, but she was just looking at it, she's like, how does Amber come up with all of these different prints? It's wild. Do you have a favorite? Do you have one that you are particularly partial to? They're all amazing, I know, but is there one that's favorite that you think about?
I do think actually our Nalu print, well, I have two. Our Nalu print is one of our best-selling prints, and it's been one of my favorites for forever. It's got this really vibrant blue watercolor background with these white waves on top of it. And that was actually a collaboration with the blogger Goldfish Kiss. Her name is Rebecca, and she's just a super sweet mom, super down to earth, just loves surfing, loves being out in nature. And so those values really came through on that print. And then the other one I'd have to say is our Pohai Kealoha print, which means circle of love. And we designed that with a master Hawaiian quilter, Patricia Leigh Murray, who designed it in the traditional way. So she sketched everything out by hand, and Hawaiian quilts are totally symmetrical. So she'll actually design one corner at a time with a mirrored corner, so that she can see kind of how all four pieces would come together. And she just is really the embodiment of old Hawaii. She just exudes aloha, and you can just really feel that in the print, you know, and she chose the name for it. She used pineapples in the print to really give that feeling of welcoming and hospitality. So there's just so many layers to that design and the story behind it. So I think from that point of view and knowing more of the background, I love that one a lot too.
This
Awesome.
is so beautiful. I loved it before, but hearing these stories, you just fall in love with the brand and the stories that you work with the local artists and that you work with them on all of these designs and these stories as well. Like, this is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share.
This is great. And as my 1-year-old reminds us that it is time to go because it's almost 10 minutes. This is amazing. It's been a pleasure having you on, Amber. For those that are following along or watching later, We have the CocoMoonHawaii.com link in the chat. Please do check out some of these amazing prints. We will do a follow-up with Amber at some point in the coming months to say, like, hey, this is what we were expecting to get out of the Givz program in particular. Here's the results that we blew it away with. And this is, and we're really excited to invite the Coco Moon community into that mission. Amber, I think there's one huge thing that we take away, that I took away in particular, and love that you see it this way as well. You already had a giving mission, right? And still have a giving mission. And you have that 1% that you're going to donate, and that's going to continue. That's going to stay. But this is something that goes into your marketing toolbox, layers into your marketing tool stack in terms of, this is a way to invite the customers in. This is a way to potentially get away from discounting in at least a small way to start, and maybe a bigger way later. And this is a way to drive sales while doing good. And it doesn't have to compromise, and it actually just adds to your mission that you're already doing. And so we really appreciate folks that can see the forest through the trees and see it the way that we see as well. So we love hearing that, and love having you on. This is awesome.
Thanks so much for having me. I look forward to seeing how much Givz impacts us moving forward.
Yes, us too. Thank you, Amber.
Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.